Hi, this is Dr. Roland Phillips. I'm coming to you from Desert Dove Health Alliance, and we're going to be talking about insomnia today. One of our viewers asked that we comment on insomnia, so we're going to do that today. However, if you have something you want us to cover in the future, just comment on the video and we'll be sure to add that at one of the upcoming videos. So insomnia, this is problems falling asleep, waking up in the middle of the night, or having poor sleep. Right now, we're getting 20% less sleep as individuals than we had 100 years ago. 30% of our population is now starting to say that they have some type of insomnia problem. It's 1 in every 3 people in the United States. A recent survey taken from Americans said that half of Americans at one point were saying that they were stress and anxiety was causing them to have problems with sleep. With 60-year-olds or above, 40 to 60% of 60-year-olds are now talking about insomnia or sleep-related problems. 90% of all depressants or people who are on depressants or antidepressants or diagnosed with depression have an insomnia problem. Car accidents, there's over 100,000 car accidents every year due to drowsy drivers. Research is now showing that hundreds of billions of dollars are being spent on the costs of sleep problems and not getting enough rest. And then there's the billions spent on stimulants, caffeine, tea, sugar, drugs, therapeutic and recreational drugs, smoking, all these stimulants. So, what are some things you could start to consider to change or alter or modulate in your choices if you have insomnia or any of the above, sleeping problems, waking up not rested? First of all, consider your hormonal system, the endocrine system. When we're talking about that system, one of the things that hits that system the most is what's on your mind today. And we've talked about the steps of forgiveness in other videos, so I'd have you research that. But if something's on your mind, handle it before you go to sleep. Another thing that you can do is when you're lying in bed about to go to sleep, focus on pictures and emotions of happiness, safety, security, and joy, and do deep respiratory breathing in from the abdomen, hold the breath, and out. As you're focusing on these old memories, which will begin to bring emotions to the surface, and fall asleep to that. We'll talk about more on the endocrine system in a second. Sleep hygienics. Make sure that your bedroom is really dark. Any type of light can cause the pineal gland and the circadian rhythms to be off, so we want that dark. We want to make sure that the electrical devices, computers, clocks, other things are away from the bed because they generate an energy field which can affect our energy field and upset our circadian rhythms. Mary Miller, who you can look up online, has some great products that I use. I use her Quiet Please device to help me sleep, and it's really, in the last month, it's been fantastic. Let's talk about pH, or pH imbalances and detox. When we're talking about pH and detox, we want to think green, green, green. The more salads, the more vegetables, green smoothies, fruit smoothies, these are going to contain vitamins, minerals, antioxidants to help us in what's called phase 1 and phase 2 detoxification in the liver. When the liver is nice and healthy, it helps us manage circadian rhythms, it helps us manage blood sugar regulation, among other things, and we're going to have better thyroid hormones and adrenal hormones, so we're going to sleep better. Glycemic and sugar management. Sugar management problems are in our office we find blood sugar problems are like the foundational key behind everything. So what you could choose to do is start to reduce junk food, sugar, white flour, white sugar, and we want to start to look at proper organic proteins so that we don't have the estrogens in there, and we can support the digestive system and the blood sugar system with proper digestive aids, prebiotics, probiotics. There's a lot of supplements and herbs that you could research if you're aware of that you're having blood sugar highs and lows. How do you know that? Because you have times in the day where you have great energy and then you crash. Typically it's mid-morning or mid-afternoon. It even can be right after our meal at night. We have fruit smoothies. I have different shakes that I use in my office. We use a product called Alka Slim, and I use Visalis. These are two great shakes to help manage blood sugar regulation. Another thing that we want to do is we want to promote what's called androgen dominance, the androgynous hormones, especially testosterone can be a really important hormone for both males and females to have proper sleep. So the hormonal system, the adrenals, the thyroid, and the liver gets involved for proper endogenous hormones. And when we're eating a lot of the estrogens, if you're on birth control pill or you're on estrogen hormone replacement, if you're having a lot of meats with estrogen, that can cause these hormones to be imbalanced. Now, here's just a short list that if you're a practitioner or you can research on the internet that helps some balance with the hormonal system. Tribulus is really great for the male-female hormonal system, especially libido. White peony and schizandra, Don Quai, chaste tree, licorice, eleuthero, and zinc as a supplement. And zinc liver chelates, liver supplements, help downgrade estrogen, increase testosterone, which can result in better sleep cycles. Also, if you're having an adrenal problem, Rhamania, ashwagandha, ginseng, many more adaptogenic herbs can help that. Let's just talk about the key right now that I feel is the biggest problem with sleep. That's called the hypothalamic pituitary adrenal axis. That's the mind-body connection. All our deeper memory patterns go to the hypothalamus. They can be stimulated internally or through the external senses, and they can put us into what's called a fight or flight response. And that fight or flight response, the sympathetic nervous system goes up, the healing system goes down. We're going to have changes in our respiration, so we breathe through our shoulders and we'll have shoulder problems or throat thyroid problems. We can have changes in heartbeat or blood pressure. You can have increased muscle tone. So people, if they're tense when they're asleep, they're going to be tossing and turning because when you're tense, you don't go into the deep sleep patterns. There could be changes in body temperature, circulation to the extremities. Our digestive system gets shut down. So there's a lot of physiology that is affected when we're in stress. Well, what's really stress? Stress is resistance to the lesson of the moment. So here's what you could choose. I could choose to modulate my behavior. I could choose to change my perceptions in the moment when I notice that I have tense muscles, or when my heart's beating, or when I have increased mentation. Increased mentation means lots of thoughts. When we're in fight or flight, our mind just starts to chatter and chatter. So whether you notice it on the thought level, the emotional level, the physical level, your words or your behavior, are you starting to get into that fight-flight resistance physiology? If you notice it, then you can start to step back and ask yourself, is really there a threat in my life? Do I see a tiger? Do I hear a tiger? Do I smell a burning building? And if not, that's the moment where you can start to make some changes. One of the biggest things that we find in the office is you can do the mortar march to switch your behavior and your physiology immediately, or abdominal breathing, or pictures and emotions. Find pictures and emotions when you felt happy. If you felt happy and joyful, you probably felt safe. If you're feeling safe, you'll be able to close your eyes and you'll be able to get into that deep, restful sleep that you need so you can go the next day and have a best day. It's your choice for you to modulate and make these changes. Now, as a best practitioner, we can help you with these specific choices, and we can get into the old emotionals, the dramas and the traumas, the beliefs in the subconscious mind that could be affecting that hypothalamic pituitary adrenal axis. But in the words of my mentor, Dr. M.T. Morter Jr., your health is your choice. We're here to guide you. You can give us a call at Desert Dove Health Alliance or find a best practitioner. But remember, it's up to you. Your health is your choice. Make it a best day and have a great night's sleep. This is Dr. Roland Phillips from Desert Dove Health Alliance.